At 28, Juliet had everything: beauty, success, and respect. She was a well-known working-class lady and a proud member of her church, admired for her grace and discipline. Everyone in her life, from her family to her church ministers, spoke of her with pride. If only a good husband would come her way, then everything would be complete. To the world, she was a woman of virtue, a role model for young girls in her community. Then came Dave, a man as admired as Juliet. He was hardworking, kind, and shared her Christian values. Their meeting felt like fate. Dave was captivated by Juliet's poise, and she, in turn, saw in him the stability she had always wanted. Their relationship blossomed quickly, becoming the talk of the town. Friends and family showered them with admiration. "They are perfect for each other," people said. Soon, Dave proposed, and Juliet said yes. The news spread like wildfire. Wedding preparations began, and excitement filled the air. Though Dave was not as wealthy as Juliet, he wanted to contribute as much as he could. He stretched his savings, determined to give Juliet the wedding of her dreams. Everything was going perfectly, or so it seemed. 2 weeks before the wedding, Dave received a message that changed everything. "We can't do this. The wedding is off. Please don't contact me. I need time." Dave read the text over and over, unable to believe his eyes. His heart pounded. Confusion turned into panic. He tried calling Juliet, but her phone was off. He sent messages, but no response. Something was wrong. He rushed to her parents' house, hoping they could explain. Juliet's mother greeted him with a warm smile. "Dave, what a surprise!" Dave hesitated. "Ma, I got a message from Juliet. She called off the wedding." Silence filled the air. Her mother frowned. "That's not possible. She told me this morning that she was going on a business trip. She didn't mention anything like this." Juliet's father, who had been reading the newspaper, lowered it. "Son, don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this." But Dave had a sinking feeling in his gut. The following day was no different. There was no response from Juliet. Her parents' promise to uncover the truth had kept Dave going. But now, everything felt like it was slipping through his fingers. Then, his phone was the game. An unknown number. A sense of dread washed over him. He opened the message. He should be glad that she cancelled the wedding. Before Dave could process it, images appeared. His breath caught in his throat. Private, intimate photos of Juliet. The world spun. His stomach turned as he saw the woman he loved in ways he never imagined. Was Juliet being blackmailed? Is that why she called off the wedding? He could barely make sense of his emotions. Hurt, anger, confusion, all crashing together. His mind replayed every interaction he had with Juliet, searching for any signs he had missed. He poured himself a drink, trying to drown out his thoughts. He needed answers. The first person he thought of was Clara, Juliet's best friend. Clara had always been supportive, always by Juliet's side. If anyone knew what was really going on, it had to be her. Without thinking twice, he called her. She answered after a few rings. "Clara, I need to know what's going on with Juliet. Where is she? What's happening? There are pictures. They are not like her." Clara was quiet for a moment, then sighed. "Dave, are you okay? You don't sound like yourself." Dave ran a hand down his face. His words slurred slightly as he muttered, I don't understand. I need answers." Clara's tone softened. "Dave, have you been drinking?" He exhaled sharply, his grip tightening around the glass. "Just come over." Shortly after, Clara arrived at his home. He paused at the doorway, taking in the scene. Half-empty bottles on the table, the mess of papers scattered around. Her gaze softened. She stood to take a step forward towards him. I know this is hard to understand, but Dave cut her off, holding up his phone. I need the truth. His hands trembled as he showed her the pictures. His eyes filled with desperation, searched Clara's face for answers. Tears welled up in his eyes as the alcohol clouded his thoughts. Clara moved closer. She wrapped her arms around him in a comforting embrace, gently stroking his back. Her voice was soft, soothing, as if she were offering solace. But in her heart, a different emotion stirred satisfaction. She had watched Juliet's every move for years, always ready to exploit the cracks in their relationship, knowing the right moment to strike. I know this is hard, Dave, Clara murmured, feigning concern. Juliet may be my friend, but you deserve better than this. I wanted to tell you so many times, but Juliet swore she would tell you herself. Dave, broken and lost in the whirlwind of betrayal, clung to her, desperate for comfort. He didn't see the sly glint in Clara's eyes, the one that signaled her victory. In his vulnerability, Clara's words felt like a lifeline. She smiled inwardly, knowing she had him exactly where she wanted. She was playing the part of a caring friend, but in reality, her agenda was clear. She had been waiting for this moment, knowing that if she could get close to Dave during his lowest point, he would come to rely on her. As the night wore on, Clara stayed by Dave's side, her plan slowly unfolding. With each passing hour, Dave's pain shifted, replaced by a dangerous mix of gratitude and dependence on her presence. Clara had won at that moment. But the real question was, would Dave ever realize the full extent of her manipulation? And what would Juliet do when she learned of her friend's betrayal? The story is far from over.